Today we're going to be playing with the Pinky Promise by Bella Beauty Bar. So I have never tried anything from this brand before. I have completed one look yesterday, but I wanted to kind of create a look for one if you did buy this palette or want to create something similar. And also just kind of like, I don't know, chat or whatever and have some fun. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with this shade right here. I'm not fully sure what she's called. It is in cursive, so it's a little difficult to read. I don't know if you are able to see super well. I feel like this does look like a pink palette, and it is. I'm just going to start putting some on the outer corner of my eye. It is an all pink palette, but I've noticed through playing with it a little bit that I really do appreciate the variations of the shades. Honestly, pink is like such a pretty color that even myself, I find myself not wearing very often. And when I wore this yesterday, I just instantly felt like, I don't know, it's pretty. I really do like it. Now, one thing I do want to discuss a bit with you is the price. So it is $72. It is definitely up there. And I will say the formula is really nice. I don't fully understand what goes into pricing sometimes, but I think what's going to be difficult is kind of just deciding for yourself if you think it's worth it. I will say this, I think the quality is really nice. Some things that I also notice that I do like about the palette, again, these are just going to be things that if they're important to you, it is made very well. I do really appreciate that they have the name, I don't know if you can see, on the edge. Again, what is difficult, it is cursive and it is a really like pretty shade. It's kind of the same as it's on the cover, and if you're me, it kind of blends in. I am a little colorblind though, so that could just be me a thing, but I do really like when brands put it on the side of the palette, just because it makes it easier to see. Do like, of course, you have standard mirror, that's pretty normal nowadays. They have all the pans are magnetic, which is super cool, and they actually have this little thing that I do love when brands do. I don't even know if you can see it, but basically you can pop it out really easily. It has like a little divot. And then something as well that I absolutely love is that every single shade on the back has the shade name. So those are things that I will say are going to cost more. So again, that's where for myself, I can kind of see where the cost does come from. Still, I will say, as things are so expensive on the market, it is a slight bummer. But like I said, so far playing with it, I would say the quality is like really, really good. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and dip in with this shade right here. And I'm doing my normal, just kind of taking it throughout the crease. I will say, if this is your first time to my channel, I do divide my eyes up into thirds, so kind of outer corner, that center is the colored part, and then inner corner. And that really is my quick, easy way for doing eyeshadow, is that I'm pretty much just going to be filling in the quadrants. Now, I do leave like my mobile part of my lid empty, so I could put a shimmer there. But of course, you can add it if you want. And then I am taking the shade just around the other colored part that we added. Basically, the kind of my normal go-to kind of look to make it easy is just kind of apply the three colors and then kind of blend them all around each other, if that makes sense. That way we have that nice depth in the outer corner, and it just, I don't know, it's just become kind of my go-to look. I think we all, well, I don't know if we all, but I think that a lot of times when you play with eyeshadow, you kind of create your more like signature look. One thing I will say going along with this, and this is, I'm going to say, part the fact that it is all pink or shades of pink, and also the formula. It blends incredibly well, which I absolutely really do love. Super easy to blend, super easy to create a really fast look, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade here. As this being my first time using it, the fact that it does blend really well is like pretty freaking cool. Now, I will say I am going to be curious to see in the future. I probably will pick up one of their other palettes that has more colors. I think what is also kind of cool with those is that these smaller ones are, all their palettes in general kind of are a bit pricier, $72. They are coming out with, I think I saw a 9 pan. I guess I'll have to see. I'm a little sad that I literally just got this and they're already coming out with another palette, but sometimes it's how it goes, I think, with makeup or just anything. But I am happy I did actually get this prior to Valentine's Day, unlike some other brands that struggle with that. So that is pretty freaking cool and good. And I mean, just already we can see I have my match just laid down so easily. One thing as well I do want to try today is we are going to use a glitter primer. I did not do that yesterday, and the shimmers were still really pretty, the ones that I did. I did this one in the center, and then this from the edge. I will have that in a short coming up. On the eye, they did look pretty similar to me. Now again, I will say, because your girl is a bit colorblind, I can't always necessarily trust what different shifts I am seeing. I'm just going to put them both in my hand, so I can kind of see that they are two different shades. This one appears to be a bit lighter. I think this one also has like a bit duochrominess to it. Really nervous about this shade in the center because out of most of the other ones, it is the one that does look the most, how do you say it, like not super sparkly, but I'm happy to say that it is sparkly. It's just going to be a preference thing because some people do prefer a more like satin finish. Those people are just not me. I like a more glittery kind of vibe. So I just popped a little bit of a nude pen with my waterline. This is one that I got in my recent ice cream beauty box. I don't know if everybody got the same shade. I have not really looked. So let's go ahead and grab a glitter primer. I do have two currently that I both really like. So we have the NYX, which I feel like is probably a bit easier for people to get, or the Gourmand Girls as well. I feel like if I were to rebuy, I'd probably go Gourmand Girls, mainly because I'm going more indie, or trying to. I'll just apply that to the lid. I'm trying to decide if I want to go sparkly under the lash line, and like, maybe we do. I really have actually been loving to do that. And I think now that we are playing, we can actually really kind of go in ham with some of the shimmers. So when I do the bottom lash lines, when I do the top, I literally, like with a flat brush, I'll kind of just like on the side, you know, put it on. When I do the lower lash line, I'm going to take, sorry, I feel like you can't see, but I'm going to take just the tip and get some of that glitter glue. So kind of what I'll do is like paint it on both sides. That way it's covering both. And then just kind of tap it under the lower lash line. That way you're not getting too much. And then you can also take a little bit in the inner corner if you want to. So our first shade that I am super excited to try, I have been wanting to since I saw it, is going to be this shade right here. I wish I could see the names again, but it is kind of the deepest pinky shimmer shade. So let's first try with the brush. I'm just going to wipe off my cloth a little bit and try to pick up some of the shade with our brush. Let's see, she's picking up pretty dang well. I'm just going to apply. Ooh, that is really pretty. Ooh. I feel like this is giving like, is it magenta? I like that it's pink, but it's like deeper, you know, and it's not purple. Dabbing some underneath the lower lash line as well. One thing I really love about this palette is I appreciate kind of playing with pink. Like, I agree so much with the creator that you feel sometimes like pink might be too much. Like, myself, I'm like, oh my god, pink is like I like pink, but I'm not like a pink girl, you know, kind of vibe. I'm also like, when I wear pink, I'm like, but I kind of like it. Like, it's just pretty. It's just pretty. And like, I love that vibe of like pretty. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade. Sorry, should I be holding it up like this? I don't want to like confuse you, but it's this one right here. I feel like my lighting is so bad. Again, pick it up with the brush, and I love, ooh, I really love how sparkly these are. I hope you can see. This one definitely has some like purple vibes to it, I think. I kind of went a little crazy on the bottom lash line, but you know what? It's pretty, and I really don't care. And then because we are going in with so much, I do want to go ahead and take this light shade as well. One thing I do want to mention that I did forget to mention is I haven't used this shade here yet. It's on the bottom lash line. It's on the bottom of the palette. I notice it can be a little, it's flaky. It's very flaky. It's really pretty. I think it might be, I'm not 100% sure, but the special shade that they're talking about, sorry, I don't know why I just said it like that, but that more special shade they're talking about, which it does lay down really pretty and really sparkly, but it is just flaky and a bit messy, so just be careful and don't be surprised if you do buy this palette that it might be a bit messy. I do think a lot of times with certain shades, as far as I'm assuming, they can't like have so much binder in them or they won't be as blingy. So that's where it's just to be cautious with this. But I'm going to go ahead and take our lightest shade and we're just going to pop her on the inner part of the eye, and ooh, that's really pretty. It's just a soft pink. I feel like this almost has like a white silver kind of vibe to it. Like, it's really bright. It's really bright. I actually feel like on the lip would be really pretty. I would do it, but I am going to work and I'm not bringing the palette with me to work, so touch up might be a bit of a pain. But I mean, hello? That's really pretty. It's our complete look, and honestly, I love it. I literally feel so pretty and just pink, and I'm just enjoying pink, to be honest. Give you my kind of final thoughts, at least so far. I really, really do like this palette. Very good, very nice quality. Of course, the price is a little hard to swallow, but I think that if it fits the categories of things you're looking for, so like I said, the things that just cost a bit more, and I think that it is definitely worth it, and I really do appreciate just supporting any kind of indie brand. They did such a really fantastic job with this. The artwork is seriously so freaking cool. They are not using AI art, so that is awesome. I would love to know your thoughts of this palette. Have you picked it up? Will you pick it up? Even if you don't want to pick up this palette, am I influencing you to maybe play with some pinks? Because hello, pinks are literally so pretty, and I think that we all should play with colors that are fun and not feel so confined into our box sometimes. You know, we're allowed to be multifaceted people, if that makes sense. I have to remind myself of that sometimes. Let me know what you think of this look. Please subscribe. I will have lots more content playing with this palette and lots of other fun goodies. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye!